Hey Clashers, what strategies are getting used in the top ranks of the Clan War League? Well, that's a good question. Actually, I was invited to record some attacks for you guys to share what the experience is like to be in the top ranks in Champion 1. But to actually explain that, I need to start in the beginning. And that's kind of how do those clans work. Because you can see already there's a lot of accounts of the same player. And this is because a lot of those top clans are inviting pro players or pro clashers into their clans, or even paying them to be in their clans to push them really far in the leaderboards. And well, most of those leaderboard players are playing as well in Legends. For example, Kuma, who was or who is right now rank 2 and rank 3, because you can tell by like the red arrow down that he was in the start of the day at those rank 2 and 3 in the legend leaderboard, but he has not done his attack so far, but still being that high up. And he actually did, well, a really good job of pushing this clan to the rank 8 spot overall. So what are the strategies? What are the strategies that have been used in this clan? Well, I've noted them down, but actually it's quite easy, because it's only two strategies which were used mainly in this clan, and that's Queen Charge Lalo and, surprisingly enough, Zappalalo. That's right, you have heard that right. Overall, 84 attacks roundabout of Zappalalo, and overall roundabout 21 of Queen Charge Lalo. And that is quite significant. So what I thought, I would just share a couple of the attacks of the Zappalalo and how to play Zappalalo versus the top 3 different base styles we have out there, which is the box base, which is the ring base, and which is the diamond base. So let's get ready with the box base. Versus those box bases, the approach of those players was pretty much always the same. What they did is they took down one of the far side Inferno towers, the multi-Inferno towers, then an expo, which is typically close by, sometimes you get a bitter out, for example, but that's pretty much already it. The next step was to use the king to tank for the log launcher, because the logs from the log launcher are supposed to snipe the second multi-Inferno tower. And well, when that is gone, the next step is to use the queen then to work with those two first troops together, which is the hero and the log launcher, because she is about to take down the scatter shot. And with that, pretty much the entire far side of the town hall is gone, which most of the time is kind of like the danger zone for your Lalo. This is typically the area you try to avoid when playing Lalo, because of the rage tower, multi-Inferno tower setup, and a lot of times there's even the red bombs located there as well, which makes Lalo really hard to do. Instead now, we're switching things up and playing the Lalo through the town hall. We're going to make sure that the multi-Inferno tower located close to the town hall is just getting frozen non-stop, and this is really the current meta of the box bases. One Inferno tower close to the town hall, then on the far side 2 multi-Inferno towers combined with the rage tower, and typically the eagle close by as well. And this is exactly how you can counter this, with doing the Lalo into the town hall and then using the rage on the back end for the second scatter shot, because you always have those 2 scatter shots somewhat exposed on the flanks of those bases, and with that you can easily snipe that and have a back end scatter shot getting taken care of. And with that, you already got the first 3 stealth. This is pretty much the approach which was used versus, I would say, 90% and more of those box spaces in the Clan War League for them, and it has worked most of the time. Otherwise they would not be rank 8 in the world with those strategies. As I said, Zappalalo and Queen Charge Lalo, those were the 2 strategies which this clan abused like crazy. At this note right now as well, we can quickly mention that I'm really glad that Lava Hound or Loons did not get a new level, but let's just dive into the next style of base, which is, that's right, the ring base. Those are the bases which right now, for me, I'm pushing again in Legends. By the way, there's going to be a video really soon about that. And the ring bases are really giving me a hard time, because I'm playing Queen Charge ground attack. I don't want to spoil everything just yet, but there's going to be a cool video planned. But those ring bases are really giving me a miserable time. So the question now is, how do you approach them with Zappalalo? Because typically it's not easy to take those bases out as well with Lalo, because, well, this core town hall, you can't take it out, and playing the Lalo close by, it's really, really tricky. So what is happening right here he's having an early push from the top side, then from the left side, and a second group coming in, which is pushing the first group even further into the core. And just to make sure that the town hall is going down right away, he is using a blimp for that. Why is he doing that? Well, pretty easy, because with that he's achieving two things. The first one being that he, well, is avoiding the damage of the town hall, which is quite significant. And then we have the second point, which is he is avoiding the town hall explosion, the poison effect of the town hall with the majority of his loons, because, well, the loons were not needed to take down the town hall. And that's exactly the key why you should approach them like this right now. And then the back end, that's pretty much where you have your huge loon push for the remaining defenses. On this base, it's like the back end, wizard tower, then the monolith and the defending queen. But he has so many loons right now left that it should be close, but still should be a 3-star in the end. And you can tell those back end defenses, they're giving those loons a hard time. You can clearly see that loons are not having a new level. But at the same time, seeing all of the success they have with only Lalo attacks, forcing those synergies pretty much on every single base, I'm not sure if that should be changed on Town Hall 15. I mean, Town Hall 16, let's see how that's going to be. I'm pretty sure that at some point Loon's going to get a new level. But for Town Hall 15, I have to say I'm quite happy that they have not gotten a new level so far. On this one, it's close, but hey, in the end, it does not matter if it's close or if it's an overkill. The only thing which matters is that it's a 3-star, and that's what it is on this one. So another great attack for the Devil Clan. And the next thing now is that, well, we have now box base, we have now ring base. The one base style which is missing, that's right, it is the diamond shape base. So let's take a look at that as well and how the approach looks like. On this one, he's actually adding a golem because there's just so much damage in the base. Those diamond bases, the reason why I call them like that, and as well why other people call them like that, because overall the shape of the base kind of looks like a diamond a little bit, at least like if you just take a look at the outer lines. I think that's quite fair to say, right? But overall, the core or the key thing and how you can identify those bases is the town hall on one side typically, and then on the really far other side we have the eagle, and in the middle we have a lot of damage just in between, and then two key defenses which are kind of more on the outside. This is typically how the setup looks like. And what he does on this one is he's using the lightning spell to take down only, well, one of them front towers and a rage tower, which is the key thing, because this means the rage effect is going away at the point where he is entering the core. Because what he tries to do is the same approach as on the box base, where he's taking away the far side entry, or like the far side defenses, which are typically meant to defend versus a lot of different stuff, like Lalo as well. And with taking down the scatter shots, with taking down the multi-front tower, which was located there, a lot of other defenses, this means at this point, the two critical defenses which are left beside the town hall are multi-front towers. And there's no rage tower close by, so it's not as threatening overall. And you can tell by now that a lot of times the town hall has to go down with the Lalo. And I feel like this is something which you really have to master, otherwise you might up having a lot of 1-stars. And I hope that no one of you is going to get that, but this is really the tricky thing. How you can manipulate the Lalo pathing and the timing with the spells to really make sure that you have the most and best possible value with your Lalo. Another really important thing is that don't overcommit with the loons which you're putting into the town hall, which means you want to have two big groups of loons. The first one pushing into the town hall, but most of the time due to the tornado trap and other traps, those loons are not really living that long. But then you need a second group of loons, as you did on this one, which then are going to be pushed in from a different angle, and as you have seen already in the first couple of attacks. So this is kind of the key to success with those one. In the end, again, it's somewhat close, but as long as something is consistently working, even if it's close, that's all what it takes. So another great attack right here, and really nicely showcased all of those different base styles we have right now, with the box, with the ring, and with the lightning, with the diamond base setup, versus the Zappalalo. I feel like really that's cool to highlight, because I have done plenty of videos with like Queen Charge Lalo and stuff, but Zappalalo not that often, because I have, if I'm completely honest, to say that I would have not expected that this being that strong. I mean, it's crazy how strong this is overall. As I said, 84 of the attacks being Zappalalo, 21 roundabout being Queen Judge Lalo. So overall, huge thank you to the Devil Clan for inviting me and being able to record all of those attacks. I hope they were helpful for you. I hope you learned something. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching this video. And as always, I'll see you guys back tomorrow. Until then, see ya and bye-bye.